Deepa, yesterday when you joined us, we had a long conversation about this poster, about the entire controversy, about tolerance on one side, tolerance on the other, outrage on the one side, outrage on the other. In this case too, would you agree with me that if action is taken in one case, action should be taken in the other as well? At no point can we accept these kind of incendiary, violent calls.
Yes, I mean, I'm totally, surprised and shocked at what has happened right now, in the sense that, how can you be selective when it comes to reaction, or when it comes to like religious sentiments, that, one community should always continue to be tolerating about it, while the other communities, it's okay to, that, okay, certain communities are untouchable. You cannot afford to take their names anywhere without respect. But some communities, it's okay, kuch bhi chalta hai. I do not understand how is it possible. And if the country calls the Hindu community as intolerant, then I guess this is the time that you have to be intolerant. We are done with being tolerant, and whatever we've done so far is like, we portrayed that we are a very tolerant religion, we're inclusive. We don't even call ourselves a religion, we call ourselves a way of life. But today, I think, if we are, in certain situations, we have to be tolerant. We have to put across the point firmly so that such incidents do not repeat in future. And the fact that makes us completely irritated and outraged is the fact that this woman who's made this poster has not even come forward.
One second, Deepa. Yeah. Deepa, yes, I understand your outrage over the poster, but does it validate these kind of calls for violence against the filmmaker? Does it validate any call for violence or provocation at a time when we know things are so sensitive in the country?
I'm very sorry, ma'am, but I have to say that, when you purposely provoke a particular religion or a particular set of people, how do you expect them to react? I mean, it's enough of tolerating, right? I mean, see, I'm somebody
so you're saying, Deepa, you're saying that, it's okay that he said this, that he said Sanatan se juda, it's okay. It's understandable, the sentiment.
Yes, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying it's okay, but what I'm saying is it's not something that we should, at this point when the entire nation stands undivided on the fact that this was extremely unfair on the Hindu community. If there is a set of people who feel extremely violent against this, then I do not understand how we can completely...
No, the problem is, Deepa, the problem is, yes, as a nation, as you're saying, everyone's outraged over the poster. We're all equally outraged over any violence, any provocation, any comment that's made by any responsible leader, knowing full well the situation. If we are going to outrage over posters, if we are going to outrage over comments, we have to outrage over this as well. There's been action against people who already used this term, Sanatan se juda. That can't be selective either. And that is the point. Ifra Jan, spokesperson of the NC, is also joining us on this broadcast. Ifra, what's your comment on this? Do you believe action is selective here?
See, if you look at the past couple of years and past all years, actually people from all communities have been outraging over their sentiments getting hurt, and they've actually lodged FIRs against everybody. So there really is no one community here that outrages all the time and gets FIRs lodged against the other, if you actually look at the data. Number two, there cannot be, I actually agree with this Deepa when she says that you cannot be allowed to criticize one religion and not allowed to criticize another religion. Either it's okay to completely legalize free speech and say, go ahead and say whatever you want, or all sentiments have to be equally respected. I actually agree. But to say that, okay, now because my sentiments have been provoked, I can come out and I can actually commit a crime which is of clearly inciting people to commit violence, that is abhorrent. Because you cannot commit a crime, you cannot take the place of the state and therefore decide that you will decide on behalf of the state what to do. You are not the state, and nobody in our country is the state. Therefore, any such call for provocation, whether it was the horrible comments like Sanatan se juda after the Nupur Sharma episode, or the kind of comments we have seen today, even when I want to remind you that there was a bounty put even on Deepika Padukone's head at one point and said, if somebody gives me her head, I would give so much money. All such calls need to be responded with the might of the law.
Okay.
The state cannot decide that it's okay here if somebody incites
Deepa
violence and
wants
it's
to
not okay
respond.
if somebody else incites